Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is the Monday painting video. What is the Monday painting video? What's it all about? Well, the Monday painting video is essentially a painting video, but the model or models in question are voted on by you guys, my viewers. From last week's Weekly Wednesday, which is a weekly Q&A, in that video, I show you guys a host of models and you guys vote what you want me to paint for this Monday's painting video. So for all my regulars here, guys, I feel love, thank you very much. I'll see you in a minute. Right, so with 2 votes, the old Killa cans one, which is absolutely nuts because I only built like the last week, I think it was. Is it going to be an interesting paint? Because I haven't really thought about what way I'm going to do these. To be honest with you, there's so much bits on them, crazy bits. I mean, this one has missile launchers and claw arm. And it's nice, crazy, amazing shoulder pads with little spikes at the front, the mouth on the front of the can itself. This guy has the heavy shooter with tusks and little ram bar there, the buzzsaw. This guy has the grot launcher, that's what that's called, with all the little bits in there. There's a bar at the front of him. It's absolutely, these are insane, really insane models. I think even if I found an STL file for these guys, I don't think they would be as good as what you get in the box, because these are absolutely insane. And there's so many options when you're building them to customize them and make them a little bit different here and there. So first thing I'm going to do is get some Steelies and Drab onto the gravel, and then I'm going to come back to you with my first colours. Right, so I've done some Steelies and Drab across the base. I'm going to start with some lead belcher. I'm going to get some on my brush, some onto tissue, and then I'm just going to come in and just give it a quick once over with the lead belcher. This is going to help me in so many ways later on. So especially like with the piping and stuff, that's really going to just save me a lot of messing around. And when it comes to adding other metallic colours or just normal colours over the metal, it's going to give me a nice easy way of doing it, because this is all just metal. Now you don't need to sit and watch me dry brush every single piece. So I'm just going to do a little bit here. I'm going to go off camera and do the rest. Right, so I've ordered a bit of a silver dry brush. Looking absolutely great already. The silver dry brush is also going to pick out a lot of details for me, so I'm able to see a lot of things, but also like piping like there, it's already done. I don't need to worry about that now. So I haven't looked at the Ork Codex, and when I looked on the app, you don't pick a clan that they go into, so you know, I just think it's generic. These are Orks and this is this and this is that. So I'm not going to paint them in a particular clan like Bad Moods or Death Skulls or Goths or anything like that. So I'm just going to go to town on them. So I've actually taken out a couple of metallic colours and a couple of non-metallic colours to start with. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to start with some Nagrafnite on the wet palette. And what I'm going to do is water that down even more, so it's more like a wash. And I'm going to come in and pick out a few things. I think that now they're all different, so I can't say I'm going to do this on all of them, I'm going to do that on all of them. They are all different, but this guy is going to have the spikes done. And the reason I've watered down even more is as it dries, it'll have the metallic colour of that Nagrafnite, but it'll be a bit purpley. What else am I going to do? With these pipes. These are not like pipes, they're just like a power conduit, I suppose. Let's get that display in here. You already see that's already really sticking out really nicely. I'm gonna go through this guy. So you're gonna get these bits as well, I think. I'm gonna go through this guy, get him bits of purple on, and then I'm gonna go into the next guy and the next guy, and then when I come back to you for the next colour, I'll start on a different model with that colour. I suppose I might as well get these pipes here as well. Just really breaks it up nice. So I'm going to go off camera and do the rest. Right, so next I'm going to come with some Runelord brass. Just pick up a different one to start with, a different one first of all. So what I'm going to do, these two out there, so not camera shot, is I'm just going to again go through and just pick out bits and pieces that I think. Just try and break the model as much as I can. The hinges here would be nice. The good thing as well with the silver dry brush, first of all, with that metallic-y purple, as it's drying off, you can see on the side of the gun there, you've got the metal look coming through, which makes it look like it's worn and, you know, bits of scrap metal that they've used to make whatever contraption it is that they're making. Again, I don't want to go over the top on this, but I do want to add a bit of this colour in. And again, each one of them is different. So one of them will have, like I said, the buzzsaw here, and that one has something different. So the colour will be applied on each one in a different way. So not only is it going to unify them, it's also going to make them stand out from each other. Maybe a little bit on the back here. I do like the Runelord brass as well. I use it on my Necron warriors, because it will go on and give you the brass look, but at the same time saying it, as you pull away from where you started, it'll give you more of a metallic look, even though it is a metallic colour anyway. It's great on pipes and stuff like that, because as you pull away, it just becomes silver. Right, I'm going to crack on with the other two now. Right, so next I'm going to come with some Retributor armour. I'm not looking to overload the model with Retributor armour, in all honesty. I just want to pick out a few little bits just to add a different colour variation to it. Now, where are we going to start with this guy? Maybe pick out the spikes, just to well, it breaks the model up, but also adds a different bit of interest to the model when your eyes are looking at it. We get the teeth in there. There's some spikes up here, I think I get those as well. Again, when I'm doing this, if I miss any bit, it's not a big issue because it's silver underneath. So that still gives you the look of metal. There's some spikes on here, let's get them. Let's got a few spikes across the top here. Grab those. It doesn't look bold enough to me. They look okay, but they don't look bold enough. So I need to really, I think I'm going to think of a bold colour to add to them to really just make them look even more bonkers than they actually already are. Because, don't get me wrong, they're amazing models, they're really cool, I love them and everything else, but they are bonkers. They are absolutely nuts. Anyway, I'm going to add the gold to the other two and come back to you with the next colour. I think my inner Ork is coming out. I'm starting to come out with crazy things on these guys now. Anyway, I think they look absolutely more nuts than they just start with. I'm going to come with some Mephiston red. Some of you are going to say, not corn red? No, I'm going to try some Mephiston red this time. That's absolutely, this is the bold colour I want to go for. I want to try and really just bold them out a little bit. I'm going to come in. Of course, I'm going to get the rockets as well. I don't usually use Mephiston red, so I don't know how it's going to react with the metallics. Should be fine, should be great. Now I will we'll have to dull down, which is cool. Just thinking where else I should do some Mephiston red. I don't want to overload it, but at the same time saying it, I do want it to do something here. I do want it to stand out a bit. I think that really does stand out. Especially the red and the gold on the shoulder pad there. Maybe I should do a little bit up here as well. Top of the hatch. I think that looks great. Okay, so I'm going to do Mephiston red on the other two as well now. Right. I may have gone too far. Here's where we're at so far. I think they look... Oh, I missed a bit of the underneath the rocket there. I have to go back and get that. Here's the other guy. I think it's absolutely bonkers. I think they're nuts. Not just the sculpt, I think the paint I've done them is absolutely nuts as well. Just really, really bonkers. So, for all intensive purposes, these guys are battle ready. I'd put them on the table and away we go. Absolute bonkers. But for everyone that's new, I'm going to take them beyond battle ready standard. What that means is there could be a wash, there could be a dry brush, there could be edge highlight, there could be technical paint, there could be dry paint, contrast paint, could be a mixture of loads of different things. I did actually want to wax some contrast paint on the silver and see how it reacts, but it's too late now. But I'm going to come in with some non-oil. Now, I'd imagine there'd be a lot of grease on these guys and oil and stuff like that. but I'm not going to wash the whole model. I think certain areas of the model, like the hydraulics, the back of it here, maybe along here, you know, stuff like that would be oiled down. I think the rest of it, but like the body, wouldn't be oiled down, but it wouldn't be squeaky clean either, because the Orks are not the most cleanest people in the galaxy. So let's have some fun with this nun oil now. Probably take it a bit too far, I'd say. But anyway, I'm going to come in, let's get the hydraulics, bits like this. I'm not going to be gentle with it, because the Orks wouldn't. Again, I don't want to wash the whole model down. Get some in there. Get some across the back here. I'm going to wash one model on camera, and then go off camera and do the same thing with the others. So I'm not washing every little bit, but I'm not being I'm going to wash as much as I can, but I'm not going to be specific and just, you know, just get certain key parts. I think the Orks don't really give a damn about any bit of oil splattered everywhere. Right, I'm going to go off camera and do the rest. Right, that looks quite nice. It's still wet on a few of them, but this one seems to be the driest. So now I'm going to go a little bit more extreme. I'm going to come in with some technical paint, Blood for the Blood God. I've never used this before. I just opened it to see what it was like. And it looks like a normal paint. Actually looks like proper like blood. So that's something new. And what I want to do, I've got an old brush here. So I don't know how this is going to be. I'm going to slap it on around here, around all the bladed parts. As I said, I don't know if it's going to go on nice, how it dries, I don't know. I'm going to slap it on there, because they're all fun and games, crazy looking and everything else, but they're here for one reason only, and that's to kill. So we can't make them look too goofy. We have to try and add a bit of hardness to them. I don't know if that's how that's going to dry. I'll check a little bit on the spikes here. I'm going to apply that to the rest of them as well, and then come back for the last colour. Right, the blood paint isn't fully dry yet. I don't know how long it takes to dry, but it's looking pretty good. It's looking absolutely amazing, really. I see the nun oil is still a bit wet as well, so it looks pretty cool. What I want to do now is come in with some Stormhost Silver. I'm going to take a little bit on my brush, and I'm going to take it onto a bit of tissue. And what I want to do is dry brush the most sharpest of edges, just to give it a little bit of bling again. Again, I'm not going to do all of this on camera, just a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. brush is actually a flat brush, so I can actually get in along those little edges nicely. By doing it on like the red and the purple, I'm going to give it more of a there's metal coming through type look. And I'll try and avoid the claw arms for a minute because I don't want to take away from the blood. And Stormhost Silver is a layer paint, so it will go on bright and dull itself down, so there's no panic or fear about anything. Just a little bit more on this guy, and then I'll go off camera and do the rest. So we'll try and avoid that blood, but get a little bit of this purple with the silver. I think the blood looks good on those little spikes there. I don't know if it's meant to stay like that, meant to stay glossy or not. I don't know. I've said I've never used it before. I'm going to do the Stormhost Silver dry brush on the other two as well, and then come back to you with final thoughts. Right, I was supposed to give it a dry brush along the edges and stuff. Ended up on the other two, ended up just giving it a total dry brush with the Stormhost Silver. I tried to avoid the blood for the blood god as much as I could, and where I could see there was still none oil wet, I tried to avoid that as well. I really like these guys. I think they're absolutely fantastic. The models themselves are absolutely bonkers. I love it. And I think the paint job I've done on them is absolutely fantastic. I don't think, when I was putting the purple on, and then I added the red to like make it bold, I thought red might have been a bit too much. But putting none oil wash on it, dulled it down. Then a little Stormhost Silver dry brush here and there, well, say in there, but pretty much most of the model is really just, I think made it pop. I'm going to bring you down and show you some pretty pictures in a minute. But anyway, guys, any thoughts or comments about these guys? Chuck on below as always. I now officially don't have any Ork models to paint. All the Ork models that I own are painted, which is fantastic. So I need to get some more Orks in now. If you're new to the channel, just hit the subscribe button because it costs you nothing. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss anything. Everyone smash the thumbs up button so it triggers YouTube to share this video with more and more people, which makes this amazing community of you guys grow even more. A massive thank you to everyone who voted. Until next time, guys, pretty pictures. Until next time, hit the buttons for me. Take it easy.